Hi, I'm here with Clinton Gibbs, who preached a wonderful sermon today at MCC Richmond on October 17th. Is your heart stronger than stone? And I invited him to sit with me for a minute after worship in our sanctuary to talk about that experience of his journey and his wilderness experience and the fact that he knows that his heart is stronger than stone. Clinton, how did it feel to you today to talk about your heart and your journey?
It was a very humbling. It was very humbling. 14 years ago, or even last year, I don't think I would have gotten up there. So I've grown spiritually in these last 14 years. Uh, what really encouraged me to do that was to hopefully share some part of my life with someone else out in the church, and maybe they could take whatever hope I've instilled in them and then run with it.
Yes.
I know I'm not the only one that's in my own wilderness, or God has put me in the wilderness.
Right.
And I'm not saying that the wilderness is a bad place to be. That's
Right.
man's interpretation of the wilderness, because the wilderness could be full of life,
Yes.
a nice sunny day, but it also can be a place where you're unfamiliar. But you might, if you just listen, listen at the crickets and listen at the birds chirping. And before you know it, you'll hear the voice of God, because He doesn't yell at you. He
Right.
just whispers,
Right.
and it's up to you to be receptive to it. And I think a lot of us, including myself, we have a hard time of surrendering because we're a proud race of men and women.
Yes.
And we have a hard time asking for help. I have a hard time asking for help until it's too late. And I've gone from one extreme to the next. Last year I was very close to dying. No, even this year I was very close to dying.
Yes.
And God pulled me back from the edge. And He says, now you can really hear me. And then I started following God. The path has already been set out for me. And it was my honor, amongst family and friends. I got some healing from working on the scripture, on the sermon myself.
Sure.
And some friends that have been distant, that gap is starting to shrink after today. So, I got the healing as well as all my family and friends.
Yes.
And, there were a couple times I was getting very emotional, and that was the Spirit in me. That was the Spirit, and it has been a journey of hope, of faith. There's even been some discomfort, but through God's grace, I've gotten through that. And there have been times my faith has been kind of shaky, but I've gotten to the point now that, you know what, every day I wake up, I have more work to do for God.
Yes. Yes.
And that is a blessing.
Isn't that a blessing? Yes. I understand that, and that's a really important thing to name. That it's always another gift that we have to share with somebody.
Yeah. And I think, including myself, I think the wilderness is for somebody else. I'm never in the wilderness. But one day you wake up, you're like, yes, I am. So I'm here for a reason. I'm not here to be punished.
Right.
Or God is angry at me. It's just not the God I believe in.
Right. Right.
And it's just your faith and your attitude. And if you want to be very rigid or have that tunnel effect where you're looking straight ahead and you're missing all of the beauty around you, you will stay in your wilderness until you realize that.
Yeah.
And you realize you have to, you cannot depend on yourself completely. You have to surrender to it and say, God, what do you need me to do? What do I need to learn from you? And then from there, the sun will come out, and you realize you're coming to the edge of the wilderness, and you'll look back like, that wasn't too bad an experience at all.
Here I am. I've made it through. I can go forward.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
yes. Thank you for that. Thank you so much for that. It's been a gift today to hear you and now to have this special time
Yes,
with you.
thank you.
We're going to hopefully share this with folks. We know that the quality of the video may not be everything we'd like, but the quality of the message is excellent. So I hope you have enjoyed it as much as I have, both hearing Clinton in church this morning and also sharing this special conversation right now. May you have the blessings of the week that God has for you. This, whatever your place is today, may you know that God is with you. And when you walk with God, as Clinton says, miracles happen. Thank you.